Hello, thank you for coming to have a look at my latest journals. I made two journals with the kit Vintage Vegetable Garden from TLC Creates. I made the cream one first and I had some extra bits and bobs left over, so I printed some extra pages and I made the red vegetable one. So they are they're different but use the same kit. So I'll go through this one with you. So this is a recycled book. It's got a 2-inch spine. It's 8.5 inches tall and about 6 1/4 wide. It has a tassel on it, and what I didn't realise when I made these, because I made them separately, was I've used the same image on both, but that was a full-size book page and then this was a smaller book page. It's got some little cotton ruffle there with some vintage buttons on it, and again it's held with organza ribbon. The tag that's on there, the dangle, has some beads on it, and that can be removed to put wherever you want. So on the inside, this is made from one of the tags from Paulette's kit. Paulette's kits you can print out full size, so I thought they made rather nice envelopes. So there's one at the back of the book as well. And the images, they are so colourful, they really are nice. This is the, is it a trifold flip? This was Shabby Doodah did this. So I've done some stamping on the front, and then it has 3 opening parts. So there's a little tuck spot there, and then there and there. So there's lots of space on that to journal. I'll tie that up in a bit. So you can, because you can untie it, the knot doesn't get in the way if you want to write on the pages. A book that I had about farming in Victorian days, so I've used some of those in here. So there's an image there of a lady feeding her chickens and a gentleman there talking to his pig. Pocket there made from a page from the kit, and there's some paper in there that you can journal on. So lots of space to journal. There's an image there of a cabbage. It says to nurture a garden is to feed not just the body but also the soul. And the reverse pages in Paulette's kits, they're really like a sepia colour, but they are pale enough so that if you wanted to write on them you could do, but they are lovely images. There's a tuck spot there with a card behind it, and then there's a tuck spot inside there. And these are pages from the Reader's Digest book that I had. And this is an old catalogue, a reprinted catalogue book. This is a flip there. It's not a flip, sorry, it's a tuck spot there with a vegetable image. And some stamping on fabric there. This again is from the Reader's Digest book that I had. And this is one of the Edith Holden, I think it's the birthday book, so there are some dates in there with some quotes on them as well. And then sorry about that, flicking the tags. It says, "He who plants gardens plants happiness." There's an image there, and this is from the book that I had. Some book pages, and that's from the kit. And a wheelbarrow. And then there's a card, a journaling card in there with some mulberries on, and that just tucks down in the back. There we go. This journal actually is slightly larger than the last one. There are 3 signatures in it. So this one has at least 130 pages in it. Middle of the signature there is it's got ghost pockets on. So it's a carry-on from the page. Preparation, just in case you want to prepare your fruit and bottle it. It tells you what you need to do there. And some images from the book that I used. The Edith Holden book there. There's a little tuck spot in here with a little envelope inside. It just slots up there. and a card on it, and there's a little image there of a frog and some acorns. So as you see, I've used some different pages, some pages the same as the other book. That's from the Reader's Digest book. Fabric flip there. I don't know if you can see them, but there are little tiny beetles on that paper. And the back of the tuck spot there, again with the stamping on fabric. And these pages I've lightly inked over, so it's quite grungy, but I thought it reflected nicely against the backgrounds of the kit and the colours. The glory of gardening, hands in the dirt, heads in the sun, and heart with nature. There's an image there of some pears. And then the envelope there. Been stitched around. An image there from the kit and some fabric that I was stamped on. Old image there of a tractor. A little tuck spot there. There's a picture of a parsnip, some carrots and some eggplants. Aubergines, are they? A little tuck spot behind there. That's an image from the kit. And then the second signature. This time there's a bag. The bag's stuck down, so there's just the bag that you can, there's nothing behind the bag. And then it's got an old advert there and some leaf trim on it. An old image from the farming book. Look deep into nature and you will understand everything better. That one flips out and there's a little tuck spot. Can you see that? A little tuck spot behind with onions. And tuck spot there, image of some gardens. One of the little seed. I think this was a freebie from Tracy Fox. And a little tuck spot there. And again the old catalogue. That flips up. Some cards in there. These pages actually are quite interesting to read, the Reader's Digest. It's an old Reader's Digest. The Edith Holden birthday book. And again, some cards in there with some quotes. It says, ladybirds are the gardener's friend, and only netting will keep the rabbits away. And again, there's a tuck spot at the back there, that image with some strawberries on. So again, this journal has lots of journaling space in it. Centre of the signature there is an envelope. And beautiful strawberries, the bright vegetables, some plums, birthday book. Again, there's a little envelope there. Some cauliflowers. This is the another envelope that's been tucked over. So again, an image there of cabbages. I think that might be Mrs Cogs. And then some fabric. And on the back there, some different types of apples that you can grow. Again, another fabric flip there. This one doesn't have any flips round it. This opens with a little bit of fabric, and on the inside there are a couple of little cards in there, and then behind that is a tuck spot as well. So that just, sorry if I knocked the stand then, ties up there. And again, you can untie that when you're journaling if it gets in your way. The inside here, the same as in the previous journal, is just a little booklet I had a book of gardening verse, and so I've just put some of the book pages there. So there's some little poems, gardening poems, and there's some paper in there. And I had some little page left about Brussels sprouts. So just in case you want to know how to plant your sprouts, you will now know. So that's just inside there. Again, lovely image there. This one is a tuck spot there, and it is a tuck spot there. Get in. That's it. And then that opens up, and it's a little envelope there. Children there from a village. That's from the old farming book that I had. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. And again, there's a tuck spot there, doily on there. And it says bringing bees into the garden, and then there's a little tag there with some blue bottles, wasps and bees, so that you know what they look like in your garden, just in case you need to check them out. Tuck spot there. Some fabric again. This is a little pocket here, again with some more writing paper on and a watering can. Page from the Reader's Digest book. The Edith Holden. Again, the answer lies in the soil. And there's a little tuck, there is a card back there as well. The middle of the last signature. It's got different insects and butterflies and caterpillars that you might find in your garden. It tells you a little bit about them as well. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. Telling you to rake your leaves. And again, some birds that you may have visiting your garden. And the pocket there's made from one of the book pages. The Edith Holden book page. And again, that's a ghost pocket. It tells you about planting and rotating your crops. And this is another envelope that's been put over the page, so it's got fabric on it and an image there. And then tucked into that, there's an image, I think they're peaches. Little tuck spot there. More of the fabric flips. And then on the last page, little tuck spot here with a couple of cards in. Onions and leeks, vegetables. And it tells you there that onions are thought to be a difficult crop. And inside there, there is a little card tucked behind that. And then here is another of the little envelopes there. So, as you can see, this one, 3 signatures, it is quite a big journal. It is quite weighty. I think it weighs almost 700 grams, so it is quite a weighty one. So there's the vegetable garden in the red and the vegetable garden in the cream. I've loved using these kits. It's the vintage vegetable garden from TLC, and I'm really pleased how they turned out, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. Bye.